Serena.
Coach, how valuable is it to finally see how your team responded when things got tight?
Yeah, I felt we kept our composure. We made a few mistakes. I liked that they were aggressive mistakes. We weren't on our heels, but we really kept our composure. But Serena, you know the story of the game. They had 11 offensive rebounds in the first half, and the second half we held them to 2, and that was really for us the story of the game. Once we took care of the boards, we got out in transition. Then our talent took over.
I think the other story would be Darius and kind of what he showed. How did he make his presence known?
Well, everyone's going to talk about his offensive game. I'm going to talk about his 2 stops, his 2 blocks at the end of the game. Those were huge plays. They were trying to post Bridges up against him, and he stood his ground. So to get that offensive game, we all know he can do that. But to add the defense to it, just a 10 out of 10 game for him. He was phenomenal.
About it.
Evan Mobley, I know you really encouraged him to bring it up after defensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And I know there's obviously a learning curve considering that's relatively new for him to do in-game as often as he's been doing it. Play like he had tonight late where he gets caught up, don't call him the timeout there. Like, what are you talking? Maybe not in the moment, but into the future. Like, how are you helping him along?
It's a big part of that. It's a big part of his development and growth. Those decisions coming up, and his whole life there's been a point guard with the ball and making those plays, and he's usually the guy sitting a drag. Now all of a sudden we're flipping it, and we're saying you bring it up. There's going to be some growing pains. That was one of them. But it's really working on his decisions and. The thing about it is you got to get those reps in the game. So there's going to be some mistakes made. But, I don't know if you've looked at it, but if you look at the stat of him bringing the ball up in transition, we are so far, knock on wood, like really, really good. So you're going to see more of it.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked about
Yeah.
it. He's brought it up almost as many times so far this year as he had all last year.
I would say the thing that surprises me the most about him and is his passing ability. And I know people talk, but I thought it was okay when I competed against him, but this guy is a much, much better passer than I thought he was. So his decision making is really good. As he gets stronger, and can get in the lane and get those hits, you're putting him in that category, what Giannis does, and there's certain bigs in this league that can just get down in the paint all the time. If he gets that and gets a 3-point shot, better, which he's working on, he's the sky's the limit.
What made you realize it was better than you thought it was when you were doing it?
Yeah, all the time. In open gym, we said, get it, push on rebounds, but he's made a couple. He doesn't force that. You know how guys you say, oh man, handle it, get downhill. He's not a put your head down guy. He's got his head up. If he gets stops, he'll spin around and throw it to Sam Merrill wide open. I can't tell you how many already he's had where he's hitting guys on the perimeter because he sees 2 in front of him. So, well, that's pretty simple. It's not simple. So I'm surprised he's making those plays in transition.
You alluded to it before the game of just the struggles that the Cavs had against the Knicks.
Yeah.
They had the playoff series and the Knicks really beat them up on the glass. As you said, that was happening in the first half here. Are there aspects of the way that this Knicks team offensive rebounds maybe versus the way they did before because of Pat and his spacing and stuff?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's hard for me because I wasn't here during those, but I know I kind of know the story. That's going to be an interesting for them because 5 out is different. It's different. You can still crash from the perimeter, but you don't have, obviously I don't have Mitchell and the dunker, and they had Hartenstein in the past, right? You're just closer to the basket. You got more of a chance to rebound. So it's going to be interesting. But man, they really hurt us. So work for them tonight. We'll be interested to see in the long run if they can offensive rebound out of that 5-out set.
When you, as a coach, generally tonight specifically, when you say, hey guys, we're really getting beat up on the glass, is it just an attention to detail sort of thing, or was there more to it than that?
We showed one clip at halftime. We showed I think they got 3 consecutive rebounds and 1 defensive clip. I said, that's it. We're not showing anything else. So it seems like I'm giving myself, but sometimes it's like, that's it. Like it was there. And then the players were talking about it amongst themselves. Like, we correct this, we got a chance. And they, it's really they just flipped the switch. We weren't hitting first. You hit second in this league. It's tough.
Anything else in the